her. The accident knocked the crazy out of her, but it also knocked out the good. She's missing the fire and spunk and wit and sarcasm that made her so great, if not volatile. I actually miss the theatrics. I miss hearing her use swear words so creatively that Richard Pryor would blush. I miss the challenge of negotiating her moods. That's why whenever I kiss her goodbye and walk out the door of a building, I thank God I grew up the way I did. Otherwise, you'd be calling someone else Baba Booey.
Rejected book titles for They Call Me Baba Booey.
So this is a funny part of the book I came up with. I had asked some people on Twitter to give me some ideas for book titles, and then I'd also asked Fred and Sal and a couple of the guys at work to help me as well. So this is sort of like an aggregate of everyone helping me come up with book titles. Okay, here we go. Monkey Boy, the tale of a horse-toothed creature from the jungle. Ass Camping, how to make it last for 80 years. How to do everything wrong and still succeed in business. I got many of this one. Hello, hello. Too Fat to Pitch. I thought that was clever. The Tooth, the Whole Tooth, and Nothing But the Tooth. Lord of the Chimps. Now this one I really liked a lot, but the book company didn't love it. I thought this one was as clever could be. Mine Caps. And then this was my second choice. This is the genius of Fred. Fred sent me this one, and I laughed and laughed. Dark Side of the Tooth. Then there's a listener sent Green Teeth and Ham. I think Fred came up with War and Teeth. Of course, one of my very good friends came up with Memoirs of a Dumb Fuck. The Connecticut Ape. How an Italian from Long Island erased his past to become a wasp. A Farewell to Teeth. I think Sal might have given me this one. How Green Were My Choppers. And of course, who could live without The Apes of Wrath?
Baba Booey's Desert Island discs.
So these are 10 records that if I had to go to a desert island, I could only bring them with me. What would I bring? Well, no surprises here. You know I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, so I would definitely bring Born to Run. It's my favorite of all his records, and it was just a time and place in my life where I could just go from the beginning to the end and love every song on it. Asia by Steely Dan. I really love that band, and I really love that record. And I saw them recently in New York where they played Asia live, and the record still holds up. London Calling, The Clash. I don't know what to say, it's just something that if that record came out, it was different than anything I'd heard before, and I go back and listen to it a lot. It still holds up. Hotel California, The Eagles. I know I'm pulling out hit records here, but what could I say? Every song on Hotel California is amazing. I just got a remastered version of it, and it still holds up. Thriller, Michael Jackson. I can already hear some of you going, "Win, pussy, shitty Michael Jackson." But you know what? It's a great record. And as spoken about earlier in the book, when I was working at the record store, it was just a pivotal time in my life, and every song on the record is a hit. I know some of it's overplayed to death, but the record still holds up. The Eminem Show by Eminem. I know what you're thinking. How the hell did that one get in there? And in the book, I wanted to write in parentheses, and I thought I had mother issues. It's a great record. I listened to it. He's angry. He speaks from the heart. And a lot of rap I don't like, but this record I like a lot. The next two sort of go hand in hand. They're two different records, but in my mind, I've always thought of them as one double album. Revolver and Rubber Soul by the Beatles. They were released very close to each other, and they're so similar. And I know everyone loves Sgt. Pepper's, and everyone loves the White Album, but I thought these were the two records where the Beatles really went from being a pop band to becoming the band that we all know and remember them for. Eleanor Rigby, all of the songs, they're just phenomenal. Norwegian Wood, I love these records. Live at the Fillmore, the Allman Brothers Band. Whenever I think of this record, I think of being in high school and playing on the football team, and how on Saturdays before the game, we could bring music in to sort of get us psyched up. And we would listen to, I know it doesn't sound like it would psych you up, but we would listen to the 22-minute version of In Memory of Elizabeth Reed. This is just a great record, and probably one of the greatest nights playing live. It still holds up for me. Sinatra's Greatest Hits by Frank Sinatra. All right, I'm trying to make sure I'm not listening to the same type of music every day while I live on this desert island, but this was a record that my mom played every day when I was a kid, so I know the songs forward and backwards. I'm Italian. We have to like Sinatra. What do you want out of my life? But I really do. I like Sinatra a lot, and it's soothing to me. And the last record I picked was Led Zeppelin 4. I know I love Led Zeppelin. I knew I had to pick a Led Zeppelin record, and there are so many to choose from, but if you're going for the greatest record of all time from them, I gotta go with 4. I know there are some of you who will disagree, but tough shit, it's my list.
Baba Booey's must-have jukebox song.
All my life, I've always been enamored of jukeboxes and play the little 45s, and I love them. So I saved up all my money, went on Craigslist, and I found a wonderful 1951 Rockola jukebox that I put in my man cave. And I filled it with a lot of 45s that I've had since I was a kid. I also went out of my way to get a bunch of 45s that would be fun for the jukebox. So these aren't necessarily my favorite songs. These are songs that just sound unbelievable on a jukebox. So I'll start with Suspicious Minds by Elvis Presley. Just sounds great on a jukebox. My Way by Frank Sinatra. Is there any jukebox in the world that doesn't have that on it? Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin. Be My Baby by the Ronettes. Only the Lonely by Roy Orbison. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. I don't even really like that song that much, but for some reason, when it's on the jukebox, holy shit, it just sounds better. I Shot the Sheriff by Eric Clapton. That's just me because I was listening to that on the jukebox when I was at Tom's Coffee Shop all the time. Alone Again, Naturally, Gilbert O'Sullivan. You might see a theme here. These are all old songs. You can't take a song from the 90s and put it on a jukebox, at least not for me, because old songs go on the jukebox. That's what they are. Rock and Roll Heaven by the Righteous Brothers. Go look that one up. That song's really schmaltzy, but it sounds great on a jukebox. Radar Love, Golden Earring. Another phenomenal song. Like I said, these are songs that sound great on a jukebox. I'm sure you've got your own list.
We hope you have enjoyed this unabridged production of They Call Me Baba Booey by Gary Dell'Abate with Chad Millman. This program was produced and directed by Dan Zick. This program was recorded and edited at John Marshall Sound. Text copyright 2010 by Gary Dell'Abate. Production copyright 2010 Random House Inc. All rights reserved.
Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program.